Well, good evening. I'm Rick Dancer. Welcome to Get Real with Rick Dancer. And I'm in Livingston, Montana. This is the coolest thing about this program and what the world is like now and what you can do. I'm on vacation in Livingston, Montana, where my son lives. And our client, Derek Roser, realtor, he's a realtor in Harrisburg, or actually in Eugene, but we'll tell you the Harrisburg connection in a minute. But so anyway, he wanted to do a show about the Harrisburg parade because yes, there's going to be a Harrisburg 4th of July parade and the breakfast and everything else. We're going to tell you all about that. But first, I want to show you a little bit of video here. So this is where I am. And my wife and I went on this hike yesterday, and it's absolutely stunning. I mean, there was meadows that went for mile after mile after mile and wildflowers everywhere. And the mountains, every time you turn around, there's a mountain there. It's just absolutely phenomenal. In fact, we even saw, I'm going to let this one go here. And then look at this. Everywhere you look, it's just mountains and there's rivers and streams. And then we even found Julie Andrews.
Uh-huh. The hills are alive with the sound of music.
Okay.
There's Julie Andrews, look.
All right, that's enough of Julie Andrews. She didn't work. She would not be very happy with me for putting that on there. I'm sure she would be going, please don't ever do that again. All right, I'm going to bring some of you guys on here. Love your show, Rick. You sound great. Yeah. And Nellie, you're a liar. Okay. So tonight our show is sponsored by Derek Roser, real estate. He's a realtor in Eugene, lives up the McKinsey, kind of my neighbor. But he has a Harrisburg connection. So we are now live in Livingston, Montana and Harrisburg, Oregon. How much better can this get, Derek?
Oh, this is awesome. You know, I'm standing here in the gazebo here, just right along the Willamette River. And my pictures aren't going to be quite as amazing as Rick's of the mountains, but we've got the river right here. And right across the river is where the fireworks are going to be on Sunday. So anyway,
so Derek,
you guys to check that out.
Real quick, your connection, what is your connection? Because when you called me, you said Harrisburg's having their 4th of July parade. This is a huge deal for this community. And I want to sponsor the show about that. Tell people your connection to Harrisburg, because you don't live there.
No, I don't. But, you know, we missed it last year. And it was, you know, to me, it's a big deal because I've been coming here now for, this will be my 58th year, I would say. My family has property along the Willamette River, just north of Harrisburg, and this is really where I grew up. And you know, missed it last year. The old-fashioned 4th of July that they do here is just fantastic. It's great Americana. It brings people together, and I think we all need that coming out of what we just went through. So that's why I thought this would be kind of an ideal thing to do this year. Just the family connection and it makes me feel connected.
So let's talk more about the parade and stuff in just a second, but really quickly, you have the fire chief there, and there's fireworks tomorrow. Let's get him on here. I want to talk to him about firework safety and stuff.
All right, sounds good.
Hi, Rick.
Introduce yourself, my man.
I'm Bart Griffith, Harrisburg Fire Chief.
So you guys are tell us about your fireworks show. When is it and everything like that?
So it'll be at dusk on the 4th, evening of the 4th, and we'll be shooting it off on the west side of the river.
And you guys are highly trained. Tell people about your training, because there's a lot of people nervous about fireworks during, you know, because it's so dry and all over the West, even here in Montana, it's so dry.
Right. So we've been doing the fireworks as the fire department since, I believe, 1959. I still have a member of my department that has been on since 1965, and he's participated. He's our chief pyrotechnical engineer, and his family has been 3 generations in the fire service with us and doing these since 1965. So they're highly trained. They get recertified every 3 years, And we also keep brush rigs and water tenders on both sides of the river and have crews deployed the entire evening all over the place in case something was to happen.
So can you give a warning to people, just because there's going to be, you guys do the professional show, but there's
Correct.
going to be people out there doing their own, what they think is a professional show. And what do people need to be really careful of?
Be really careful of making your own stuff. You know, a lot of people want to make their own mortars. They'll buy components and put it together. That usually ends badly. Also, fire danger is more prevalent than ever this year. As we could see what happened last year with the fires. We're already in fire season now. And as a note for the city, anything west of 2nd Street for the evening of the fireworks show, please do not do any personal fireworks west of 2nd Street.
Okay. All right, Chief, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know you got something you got to do, so get out there and do your thing.
My pleasure. Take care.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. All right.
So Derek, that good big warning to people to please be careful around grass and anything dry. I know the South Hills in Eugene there's a ban on fireworks over there, but I think anybody anywhere should be just so careful, especially around grass and dry grass and fields and things like that. Makes me nervous. You and I both got evacuated last year. We understand the nerves.
Yeah, I was out of my home for 8 weeks, so a little bit of cleanup after the evacuation.
So who else did you wrangle up there under the gazebo to talk about the parade and the breakfast and everything else going on?
So we've got a couple of the main volunteers here, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you and the public, and just let them expand on what they do. So here you go.
All right, Derek.
I am Rhonda Giles, and I am the president of the Harrisburg Festival and Events Association. And I've been not on the board the whole time, but I've been volunteering with it for about 31 years, about the time I moved here. My husband has been volunteering with it since he was probably 14, and my in-laws actually used to be on the board many years ago. So,
Rhonda, how many floats do you guys? I mean, you end up with a lot. It's a huge deal.
Yeah, our parade is actually a really big deal. It can go hour and a half, 2 hours at times. We are first time ever doing online registration, and I was amazed at how many people have registered. When we do registration in advance by paper, hardly anyone registers in advance. So I'm getting a little nervous that we might even be bigger this year. So, and we didn't even advertise.
Well, you know what, Rhonda? It's because I know Cresswell's having a parade too. And I think people are, there's a parade here in Montana, in Livingston on Friday, tomorrow afternoon at 3. And I think people are so ready. Don't you think people were just all ready to be a community again?
Yeah, I really do. We recently had the function for Junction and Junction City, and shocked. I was volunteering there, and we ran out of spots on the very first day for people registering. That's never happened before. So people are ready to get out. And I just want to mention fire safety. One more thing that Bart snuck out of here to go on fire congregation. But people, as you come out here, be really careful. We have a lot of farm fields out here. So if you're across the river, keep in mind the community over there, the farmers are great about letting people park on the edge of their property and watch fireworks, but make sure you're not lighting anything off, because right now their property is dry, and if it catches on fire, they're not going to let us out there next year. So,
hey, Rhonda, Tina Bryson is on here saying she loves you.
Oh, I love Tina too.
we all love Tina.
Yeah.
So, Rhonda, tell me, do you think that this year we're going to be celebrating a whole different thing from like our freedom that we never thought about before? Maybe we've, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we really are. I mean, last year, I think we did a pretty good job about when a lot of communities canceled things, we came up with some ideas and did a reverse parade and house decorating, and we were shocked at the participation on it. So now that we're back to normal, I think we're going to be, I think it's going to be big this year. We were actually doing a scaled down version. Like I said, we didn't advertise newspaper, news media, anything, thinking we need to have this scaled back thing. It was clear to us this week when we had 16,000 hits on our Facebook page that maybe it's not going to be a scaled back thing at all. So.
Well, I'm sorry, Derek and I aren't helping you now.
Oh no, we're all in now. We our liability is not so much somewhat.
So, who else do we have standing there? She can come in with you too if you want.
Hi, I'm Michelle Eldridge, and I am the Vice President of the Harrisburg Festival and Events Association.
So we are ready for this, aren't we?
Absolutely ready. People are really looking forward to the event this year.
So how early do people normally get there to set up their chairs for the parade?
They actually start setting up their chairs for the parade the day before, quite a few of them. So you'll see, if you come down here middle of the evening, you'll see chairs starting to appear all along the curbs. So that's all along the entire route of the parade.
So tell me about the breakfast. When's that start and how many, what do you serve, all that kind of stuff?
That is a traditional pancake fireman's breakfast, and that is being served on Saturday from 7 to 10 and on Sunday from 6 to 10. And so that is down at the old fire station where they are handing that along with the chicken barbecue. And the breakfast is basically one of their main fundraisers for the entire year for the Volunteer Firefighters Association.
So how much is it? Do you know how much it is for breakfast?
Oh gosh.
I do.
I looked.
Don't worry about it.
It's posted on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't worry about it,
Yeah,
you
we'll
guys.
get that answer.
Okay. So tell me, why is it so important this year, do you think? Especially since the mask mandate was just lifted yesterday, and as a small rural Oregon community, why do you need this so badly, do you think?
Because it's one of those cherished customs that we have. It's one of those things that people have been doing in their families for years, decades. This parade has been around here for 69 years, and it really means something to everybody. You're looking at families that have their family reunions this time of the year. The school has school reunions this time of the year. We have a huge influx of people coming in. And typically when we are having the 4th of July, we're having anywhere from 5,000 to 14,000 additional people in town. So it is a huge event, and I think it just means more this year because last year we couldn't really do what we love to do. So this is coming back this year as being one of our biggest events ever.
You know what? I bet the biggest thing that'll happen there will be so much hugging in Harrisburg.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's going to be a lot of hugs.
So what time does the parade start again?
The parade starts at 11 o'clock. And as Rhonda was saying, the parade actually goes for generally an hour and a half. It's so long that we actually have the people that are at the beginning of the parade are coming back into the staging area. The people at the end of the parade have not left that area as of yet. So with the amount of people we've got registered, we're expecting it's probably going to be about 2 hours this year.
Yeah. And you know what? Nobody's going to complain. Nobody's going to complain at all. Now, are there any other things, any little musical things going on at the gazebo or anything like that right now or coming up?
Yes, we were able to add back in one of our bands. So we do have a band that is going to be playing at 6 o'clock or 6:30 on Sunday. And they are going to be playing, basically, they're doing new gospel music for the most part, but they also have a Pledge of Allegiance, a presentation of the flag, a national anthem, and we're doing all of that right around 8:30 or so. So if that's important to you, it's a great place to be. And of course, right here is where you're going to see the fireworks the best.
So does the parade go down Main Street, right through the main street of town?
Yeah, it starts at the high school and it goes down Smith Street to the highway, which is 3rd Street in town. And that goes down to LaSalle Street and then back to the high school again.
Okay. And you guys, if you haven't been to Harrisburg, like in the last couple of months, you guys have the nicest sidewalk system. I know it was a pain in the butt when they put it in, but your sidewalks, it is absolutely beautiful. And I'll tell you what, I think my wife and I were there, and we were there when you were putting it in and going, God, this is a mess. And then we were there afterwards. It makes your town absolutely priceless. I think it's the smartest thing that I've seen done in a long time.
I absolutely agree. And that's what we want people to have the impression of when they come here. We think Harrisburg is a wonderful place to live and to work at. So this is part of what we try to do in our community.
So people could, for a good day, you just get there early, you have your breakfast, and then you can go sit down by the river and play on the river if you want to a little bit, go to the parade. And then, you know, you can go to some of the restaurants there in town and have some stuff. And if you forget anything, you have a Dollar General right there in town, because we bought socks there when we were on a bike ride one time. So you've got everything you need.
Yes, we do. And we're going to have vendors too. So the vendors are going to be down here starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. So they're basically here after the parade is done. People can come down here. They can eat. They can shop a couple of the booths that are there. And a lot of our businesses are also going to be operating. For instance, from 10 to 6, we're going to have the Harrisburg Gallery. They're going to be open, and they're also going to have a Meet the Artist series. So that's going to be another thing that people can do, is go down and see the businesses that are open. We have several restaurants, actually 4 of them, that are right in the main festival grounds. So they're all going to be open, from what I understand, on Sunday, and a lot of them are doing specials.
Well, thank you so much for taking your time and coming out and talking to us and everything. And thank you for doing this just as an Oregonian. I love when rural Oregon steps up, especially since this is all over now, at least this part of it. And, you know, it gives people something to be happy about. Finally, we need this. We really, really, really need this.
Yes, we do.
Hey, Rick, Rhonda wanted to say one couple more things, so I'm going to flash.
Oh, sure. Get it up close. Hi, Rhonda.
Hi, I just wanted to mention, we're also, because we're expecting such a big turnout, one of the reasons why we're having 2 breakfasts is kind of to spread it out a little bit. Plus, we want to do a 2-day celebration instead of just celebrating 1 day this year. And so I want to mention that we actually are doing a car hop out near this traffic signals, and we will have a DJ, trivia, 50s and 60s music. They'll be doing door prizes donated by some businesses. And then one of our local bar restaurants will also be doing a band both Saturday and Sunday night. So we'll have activities going. It's really a 2-day event this year, so people can come out and enjoy it either day. If they can't come out on the 4th, come out on the 3rd.
So I should have titled this "Harrisburg Blows It Out of the Water" this weekend.
Yeah. You know, we planned the 2-day to spread out because we thought we had to, but now it just worked out great because we can make both of them great days.
Well, thank you for doing that too.
Cool.
I appreciate your efforts. I know it's a lot of work. Thanks, Rhonda. Thanks, you guys. Hey, Derek.
Yes.
So did I see online something else that you're doing? We didn't go over this, and I just thought of it, and I don't mean to throw something on you, but I saw something else you were like sponsoring or doing or something.
Oh man, Casey. Oh, you saw the Shield, maybe the Shield, because that's the sponsorship. So I'm one of the businesses that'll be sponsoring the parade and the festivities. I mean, there's a lot of sponsors involved, but that's something I wanted to do, and I'm going to be having a float in the parade. First time ever doing that. I just thought, you know, I want to be. I'm going to promote this. I'm going to be part of it, and then my assistant Casey and I are going to be volunteering. I'm sure my wife will come down and do a little volunteering. Hopefully, not sure what yet, but we'll just participate as best as we can to make this the best.
But now your grandpa had lived there, right? He had property there.
Yeah, we had 160 acres. Well, family 160 acres on the Willamette River, just north of town. I could float from here to the property on an inner tube. So pretty cool. And my family still owns it. So that's once the parade's over, that's where I'll be going with all the extended family. So
I bet he'd be proud of you.
Oh yeah, he'd be pretty excited to see this. Yeah, he'd be right in here with me, that's for sure.
Well, if anybody needs to get a hold of Derek Roser this weekend, you just call Harrisburg and someone will find him, because they'll know. So what are you doing for the parade? Have you ever done a parade before?
You know, I never have. I'm the theme is what is the theme, ladies? What is the theme? Long may she wave. Long may she wave. So, you know, you're going to have to, you know what? My assistant says, I'm not going to spill the beans. You just got to come to the parade and see my float.
Okay. I only ask because I've done more than my share of floats in my years, and it's super, super fun because
Yeah.
don't stay in the car. If you're in a car, don't stay in the car. Go out and shake hands with everybody because that's what they love, and it's really fun. And I don't know if they let you do candy, but if they do candy.
We're doing candy.
We're doing. Are we able to do candy
You can't
this year?
throw it, but you can hand it out.
We can hand candy out. They weren't going to be able to do it until all the restrictions were lifted. So now we can hand out candy, and we're also going to keep some water in our float. So, and maybe if somebody wants to get wet because it's hot, we could oblige their needs. So
I get it. Float,
Yeah.
water in your float. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Hey, Derek, thank you.
Yes,
and thanks
you're
for doing this in Harrisburg. And thanks for being my cameraman tonight too. You know, I mean, you did a great job.
Great shot, man. So thanks for letting me take the responsibility, Rick.
All right, buddy. I will talk to you soon. Have a great weekend. Have a good Fourth. Okay.
Take care, bud. Bye.
All right. See you later. All right. Again, Derek Roser, Real Estate, sponsoring the Harrisburg part of the Harrisburg Parade. And that is on Sunday. And then as you heard, there's events all weekend, breakfasts, and you just hang out in the town. That's where everything's going to be happening. I think it's really, we're all kind of ready for that, ready to get out and do something different. So I know here in Livingston, there's a parade tomorrow at 3:00, and then there's a big fair in this town. And then the rodeo's all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we'll be at the rodeo for 4th of July. So whatever you do, be safe, and please don't light off fireworks. I don't want to come home to a burned down house and neighbors that are having their houses burned down either. So be careful this year. I know it's fun, but of all years, this is probably a good year not to be lighting fireworks because they can get out of hand real fast. All right. I'm Rick Dancer. Thanks for joining us. We will be back soon, but not too soon because we're on vacation. Hey, do me a favor, share this on your page so other people can see it, and head out to Harrisburg for the weekend for some fun. All right. We'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. See ya.